as well on the grass. I mean, would you say, kind of, how are you assessing your shots? Maybe that one, and what are you working on most of all to improve shot making practice?
Serve and return is pretty important. I mean, obviously that makes up most of it.
Yeah.
And most of the rallies and points in tennis. So I think for me the biggest thing is just trying to control my serve and do as best I can on the returns as well. If I can hold a lot and put a little bit of pressure on my opponent on the returns, there's a good chance.
Yeah. And there's a lot of obviously Aussie history where you are right now, you know, in the Hall of Fame. And there's just so many pillars of the game. Just kind of, have you had a chance to look here at all? You were here before, just kind of your history with the sport and how you got into it and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it last year. I spent a little bit of time in there. I heard there's some new things in there, so I'll be sure to check it out through the week. Yeah, I mean, obviously growing up, I saw a lot of Lleyton Hewitt, so he for me was someone I looked up to, obviously being from Australia. I watched a lot of Rafter. I had a hit at his house earlier in the year, which is pretty cool. But yeah, someone who I really enjoyed watching play, especially on the grass, obviously, with the way he covers the net. Someone who I've watched a little bit more recently because I think it's a part of my game that I can really improve and make world class. So I'll keep working on it.
And then what are the sports that you follow kind of, you know, when it's so tricky, like following around the globe and everything, the hours are so off, but like, are you watching anything on like crazy delays, or like what are sports you follow as a fan?
I mean, when I was younger, I played soccer or football, so I followed that a bit. But as I've got older and as I've started to travel more on the tour, it's so hard to follow anything. I did a few NBA fantasy leagues with my mates at school and things like that, but now I really just follow. It's almost, I find tennis at the lower levels more interesting than the top level, just because I obviously spent a fair bit of time at Futures, and for me I thought that was, in some sense they want it more there, just when people are playing for their first point, or sometimes I flick on some doubles too. One team's up a set and the team's down, a break in the other set. It usually gets a bit spicy. So yes, I follow a lot of tennis. A little less now this year. I think I'm just starting to completely get away from the tennis side of things when I'm finished on the court. So I usually try and kick back a little bit.
With that said, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.